Well, good to see you guys too. Break the ice.
Shaq, physically, how you feeling?
Physically, amazing. Came back from the leg. Most of you don't know though, I had another surgery that I've been dealing with since 2020, my groin surgery. So I feel amazing. Yeah.
Groin surgery. When did that happen?
It happened 2020.
Yeah.
I can't tell you all that. It just happened.
Okay.
I gave you enough information.
What do you like about the pieces you've seen on this defense so far?
Honestly, man, this team came together pretty fast. There's a lot of guys, defensive side, there's a lot of guys who played in this defense before, so it's amazing for them to just come over, translate their terminology they had, whether it was the Rams or the Broncos, you know what I mean? So that's a blessing. Everybody's getting along, everybody's cool, the young guys are great, you know what I mean? They follow. Nobody's like something like that. So everything's been great, you know what I mean? Everything's been great.
How about you
Mentally, man, I'm fine, man. I got married in February, got kids, they healthy, got a business, I still got a job, you know what I mean? So everything's good.
Hard sort of getting back into that mindset, like you have to kind of like sort of feeling out of what I can do, what I can't do.
I think that was probably the biggest thing, the hardest thing probably to get back was to build that confidence, you know what I mean? Like you lose a lot of strength and a lot of ability on your right side and you got to compensate. So my body been compensating for over these years and it's finally back healthy. So it's trying to get back to learn how to function the right way. So the biggest thing was, I think, probably was confidence that I was lacking early on, you know what I mean? But shoot, it's back now.
You said this group has come together fast. What do you think has led to that?
Just probably the coaches, honestly. There's a lot of good energy in the building. I mean, you walk in, people talking to you, speaking to you. I'm not saying like it never was like that, but it's just you could just feel just the energy and the presence of everybody, you know? Everybody say what's up to everybody. Everybody having conversations with different people. It's not just defense, offense, O-line, safeties, you know what I mean? Have a conversation like that. That's how you build a team. That's how you build chemistry and connections.
What happened on the PBU during practice? You had the PBU towards the side.
Oh, what happened? I missed it. I ain't catch the ball.
Wait, so, I mean, you're going across the field towards the sideline. Well, in this defense, how have you been able to kind of react, I guess, in the second year?
I feel a lot more comfortable, honestly. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. I feel a lot more comfortable. I know what I'm doing, where I'm doing, know where the help is. You know what I mean? I'm starting to understand the flaws of the defense and stuff like that. So it's just once you understand that, you can probably just play by the X's and O's a little bit. So that's why I still get yelled at. Hey, you don't always do that, but hey, you can't see an open guy running. You know what I mean?
Congratulations on the marriage.
Thanks, man.
Did you start a business?
Man, y'all don't be reading emails or any type, not emails, but y'all don't be reading newspapers and stuff like that, huh? Articles, videos, come on, man. Somebody in here did an article on me.
Nice.
You know what I mean, about the trucking company. So I do have a trucking company. It's called Good Run Logistics and Company. We do reefers now. So we're a big reefer company. It's getting there. You know what I mean? Somebody in this room, she's laughing right in front of me. I can't say who, but everybody, she did an article on me. She's right here.
Also, is it feel, I know the defensive staff came back intact, but the defense is a lot different in terms of Burns is gone, and Dante's gone, and Frankie. How do you kind of get that mojo back, and is it weird not seeing those guys around?
It was, but now, you know what I mean? I've been with these guys since first or second week of April. So, you know what I mean? You just got to let that go. You know, you miss your brothers, you know what I mean? But you make new ones. And you know what I mean? Like I said, we came together pretty quick. And these guys out here are busting their butts. They're learning. They're willing to learn. That's the biggest thing. And everybody's just on the same page, you know?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So much was made of all these offensive coaches coming in. Obviously, EJ was staying here in a scheme, and there was trust in that. How much kind of ownership do you have in that and pride in that to kind of make sure you continue to have this?
Man, I'm just trying to keep everything going. You know, like you said, we got new people coming in, you know what I mean? But the standard's going to be the standard regardless. That standard was here when Luke and TD were here, and that's what I'm trying to implement in these guys. Like, man, if we all on the same page, there's nothing could go wrong. You know what I mean? Just got to keep going, keep working. You know, our mantra here, keep pounding. You know what I mean? Everything's going to happen. Adversity's going to happen, but how are you going to get over that? You know, you can't dwell on it. Even in life, you can't dwell on it. You just got to find a way and keep going.
Shaq, with all the changes that you observed, especially with personnel, the guys that left, what went into your decision to want to return?
What went into my decision? I thought they was going to return. Nah, just playing. But I I love it here. I've been here for 9, going into 10 years. You know what I mean? This is all I know. I would love to retire here, you know, but that's in my feet. And when I say that, I control what I control. I control myself on that field. If I play well, I'll stay here. If I'm not, I'm out. You know what I mean? I understand and know the business. You know what I mean? This is my last year. So I'm playing for the Panthers and I'm playing for 31 other teams. You know what I mean? But my main focus is, shoot, we got to win. We got to get more than 2 games. We got to make the playoffs.
How many more years before you retire?
How many more years? I think I got about 5 in me. I spent 4 behind TD and Luke. Broke my leg last year to add an extra year. You know what I mean? That's 5 right there.
As a veteran, Shaq, does Bryce look any different to you from year 1 to year 2?
He's definitely shown a lot of growth. You know what I mean? We can't wait to see, but it's us against us. You know what I mean? I think he's going to have a tremendous year. I think he's going to ball out. He's our leader. He's our franchise guy, and we're going to stay behind him. Ups and downs. You know what I mean? He's still my quarterback regardless, and I'm going to have his back regardless.
Shaq, it's a few weeks away, but is it going to be weird getting ready for training camp and not going back to Spartanburg?
No, because I get to get ready for the season. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. It don't matter. We could be in Alaska. If we, you know what I mean? It really don't matter. I'm just happy to get ready for the season, get out there, and create a name for the Panthers, Carolina Panthers. You know what I mean? I don't want that bad name, that 2-15 team. Like, that's eating at me right now.
The vibes from you are good. Like, you used to not like to speak to us. You're jovial. Like, is this a new guy?
Just trying to get the people what they want. No, I'm just playing. But, you know what I mean, going in 10 years, you know what I mean, I want to leave y'all with a good impression, whether I'm here or not here. You know what I mean? So, it's what it is.
Shaq, you've learned a lot from Luke and TD, like you said,
Luke
when you were
questions.
younger, but Trevin Wallace coming in here and kind of that same mold, a higher draft pick. What have the conversations been like with him? What are you trying to, I guess, bestow upon him knowledge-wise, I guess?
Just a standard on how we do things here. Just trying to pass down what Luke and TD gave to me, pass it down to him. Well, not just him. You know, Jackson, Chandler, Woot, all the young guys, Josie, you know what I mean? Just like the standard we do here. We are the standard across the team and across on the defense, the linebacker room. That's just how I was when I came here. So I'm just trying to teach them that. Like, bro, we are the standard. Like, there's no position that's going to outwork the linebackers. It's just how it is, you know what I mean? Those guys, I love Trey, but everybody else is working well, doing well. They're understanding the game, understanding the system. The biggest thing is just going to be reps. You know what I mean? That was my biggest thing. I'm letting him know my rookie year. You know what I mean? Just trying to understand and trying to relate to him like I was there. You know, but it's just going to take reps for him. But the kid's smart. Kid is smart.
Speaking of Josie, what has it been like kind of working with him?
Josie? Man, Josie's my guy. Him and Us are complete different. That's because somebody's going to say something about Frankie, so let me go ahead and say that. They're complete different. I love Josie, man. Josie's a character. He came in here. If you kind of watch us, it kind of feels like we kind of been playing with each other for a while, right? Playing next to each other for a while. That's just the trust that we have, you know, and especially I know he knows the defense, so I have nothing to worry about. He might be teaching me some stuff, you know what I mean? But I love playing with Josie, alongside with Josie. He keeps me accountable. I keep him accountable. We keep the defense accountable, so it's good to have.
Coach talked about improving the turnover stats, you know, especially from last year. I know you went on the field last year, but how important is it to create the mindset to have the defense?
I mean, that's the biggest mindset, right? It's all about the ball. Offense or defense, it's all about the ball. Offense, you got to hold the ball. Defense, you got to get the ball out for the offense. You know, I think the teams that are consistent are the ones that you see consistently in the turnover margins. The Buffalo Bills against the Chiefs, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's where we got to start putting ourselves. We got to get 2-3 turnovers a game. It's a must, whether it's a pick, whether it's a fumble, whether it's a punch out, whatever it is, we have to get those, or else we're just going to keep being at the bottom.
We're finished with 2 more.
Shaq, Jadeveon said the same thing about the energy. The energy was super high. How does that help to carry you through these practices and as you're a veteran?
It makes practice be fun. I tell you that. Like, you don't want no low energy practice, and everybody's gonna check out. You're gonna have some guys check in, some guys check out. If the energy's right, everybody's gonna be right. Everybody's gonna want to fit in. Everybody's gonna want a piece of that energy. So if you keep that there, man, who knows where this is gonna go, right? You gotta have good energy around the building. It starts from the top all the way down, and when we're in this locker room, it starts with us.
One of the defensive coaches, Coach Cooley, mentioned something Dave Canales did to really help to build genuine relationships. He said they were going to hot yoga together.
Yep.
What's an example of perhaps an outreach that you've seen or witnessed?
Oh man, we do this thing called Breakfast Club. So what it is, it's like each week we do planks. You come in there, you get caught, hey, you coming in the Breakfast Club. So we started that about a couple years ago, and like the first week we start with a minute, get everybody used to it. Second week we go 2 minutes. By the end of the OTAs, we 5 minutes. So that's just something to bring us together. It's just like it's pain. If you ever did a plank, 5-minute plank, it's a lot of mental you got to go through. You know what I mean? I feel like if you go through that, it might be small, but if you go through that together, who knows what the bigger outcome is going to be when something big happens. You're going to know just to stick together. We went through this before. I know it's small, but we went through it before. You know what I mean? So it'll help out. Thank you, sir. Hey, thanks, guys.